Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today as we take a tour of our freshly rebranded, totally revamped Canyon Creek Cabinetry website. If you haven't been out here lately, I urge you to jump online to canyoncreek.com to explore the changes we've made and this fantastic resource you have at your fingertips. Chances are, prior to coming to see you, your client has researched a bit about their upcoming project and has some ideas for what they want in their new space. And while they certainly can explore the website on their own, by taking them on a little tour and showing them the areas we're discussing today, you can help them quickly narrow their selections, set expectations, learn the specifics of Millenia, Cornerstone, and Katana, and gain inspiration as well as share their favorites. Now, if your customer doesn't know exactly what style to use for their project, they may still have a door style or color in mind. And the products link is a great place to start to help them build out their project. In this screen, your first options are door styles, finishes, and materials because maybe they want an uber modern high gloss design. So we're going to start today in door styles. According to a recent study released by Houzz, 64% of people are looking for a shaker style. Slab doors were the second most popular selection, but trailed massively with only 17% of customers opting for them. And regardless of what style your customer is after, Canyon Creek has a lot of choices. But given these statistics, your customer is probably looking for a shaker style. So we're going to spend a little bit of time and compare a few. Looking at the doors, you'll see we noted which collections each style can be found. For example, Aberdeen is offered in Millenia and Cornerstone, whereas the Apex door is exclusive to Millenia. And those two Athens variations, you're only going to find them in Cornerstone. The doors are listed alphabetically and are shown with the Millenia and Cornerstone collection first. The Katana doors that you might be looking for, they are here, but you'll need to scroll to near the bottom of your screen until you get to those. And you'll see once you have reached them, those are also listed in alphabetical order. And as you're coming across doors that look interesting, you can click on the image of the door to jump into it and find more information about that specific door style. For example, for Katana's Brighton door, we can choose from the available wood species, or we can select that here. And once we've made our species selections, you'll also see the available finishes available for each door, along with some information about the doors, rails, and styles. And if this is a door style that you love, you can simply click on this little heart and that will save your selection to your favorites collection. I'm going to go ahead and use my browser back button to jump into the previous screen because another feature I want to share with you when you do have these door styles that you happen to fall in love with, you have the opportunity to compare side by side a number of selections. So when you hover over the door style name, you'll see this compare box, which I can click, and that moves my door into a tray at the bottom of my screen where I can load up to 4 different options to compare them. So I'm going to add just a few selections here so I can do a side-by-side comparison and check out the differences between these seemingly similar shaker options. So comparing these doors, you'll see there is a load of information, including the description of the door, just like we saw before for Brighton, as well as information of which collection these door styles will be found. We have information about if the door has been constructed using a mortise and tenon joint or miter joint construction. And while all of the selections I've used here are a recessed panel, if you had a reverse raised or raised panel, that would be noted here as well. Now, the game changer on this that I really think is helpful is our next category, which is finish type. So if I had a customer that expressed interest in painting these doors, we can see right now that Brighton and Trio Solid are only going to be available with stain. So I would need to eliminate those from my offering or convince my customer to fall in love with the stain. But I can see that Shaker Solid is available in both paint and stain. So that might be a better option to explore a little bit more in depth. I can remove these different options from my comparison screen to get a larger side-by-side. But for the moment, I'm going to go ahead and use my browser back button to return to my previous screen. And even though I removed Trio from my selections, it's still showing up in my tray, so I could either X out of that or I can just simply clear all. So I know that Shaker Solid was a good option for my customer because that was available in Paint, so I'm going to go ahead and favorite that option as well. Similarly, if your customer had a color in mind for their project, say white paint, well, you'll find a veritable cornucopia of white paints in our cabinet collections. You can again view these in the products link under the finishes selections. Here you can see stains are listed first, followed by all of the paints offered. And remember, you're seeing the offering for all collections. So if your customer fell in love with Breeze or Chambray paint, those selections are only offered in Millennia or Cornerstone, so they'll need to plan accordingly. I'll show you in a few how to view items specific to a collection, just in case you needed to stay within a singular cabinet line. As you scroll further, you'll see our high gloss and super matte finishes, as well as our TSS colors. And if your client was really intrigued by one of these finishes, let's say Patrice, they can click into that color and scroll down to see which door styles it's available on. So just looking at this here, we can see that I can get Patrice on slab doors from Millennia or Katana. And really nicely, this is showing me the two different grain directions I can select. So if my customer was into horizontal grain on Patrice, I would need to go into the Tiburon door style from Millennia. However, if my customer was interested in a 5-piece door style, you can see I can't get it with this particular finish. So in that case, I'd recommend jumping back into the door style selections that we initially came from and finding the door style, that is the Pinnacle door style, to see exactly what TSS finishes I can get in Pinnacle. And I've got 12 to choose from. Now, one more bit, I'm going to jump back into our products page and let's take a look at this wood species and materials section. This is such a helpful feature to use when qualifying our customers, because initially, if you had somebody come in and they told you that they loved hickory, you can jump into that wood species, and from either our images shown here or this handy dandy drop down, I can select hickory. That will immediately filter all of the finishes to only show me the options that are available in hickory. So you can see all of my paints have been grayed out. I can't click on any of those because you can't paint hickory. Now, a really cool feature that you're going to find with our new website is that when you click into any of these stains, you're going to be moved to the top of your screen where you will see a large range board featuring the full expression of different color tones when you are partnering this wood species with this finish. And we know that hickory has a lot of range, which can be minimized by using a dark stain like graphite or espresso. But when partnering this with a light finish like natural or dune, your client can see right here what they should expect from this wood and stain combination. Using this tool, you'll quickly discover that when your client said they loved hickory, they might have in fact meant maple. But if this is something that your customer does indeed love, we can go ahead and add this to our favorites collection, and we will have that saved for later. Now, I want to jump you back to our products page because there are 3 additional options that we haven't looked at yet. Now, in these tabs, your customer can find some additional inspiration around Canyon Creek's decorative items and organization or storage selections. And then if you were to click into the collections section, this is actually going to take you to the same place as the collections link at the top of your screen. Now, if you had a customer come in looking for inset cabinets, now you know that they'll need to go into Cornerstone. So you could head directly into the Cornerstone link and look at that specific collection. This is going to allow you to take a deep dive into the details of what Cornerstone offers. First is an explainer image and some text about the door and drawer reveals for the 4 options in this line. We also have some information about the available drawer box material, and if you were in Millennia or Katana, you would see options for metal drawer boxes here as well. We have a call out for our Rockin' Bloom hardware and our finial ball hinges, which are specific to inset selections. Now, some options are shown for our wall cabinet doors that lift vertically, and we have the ins and outs for Cornerstone box construction, including shelves, end panels, interior color selections, and in both Cornerstone and Millenia, you'll see options for mix and match door and drawer edge profiles that are going to be available on a whole slew of doors. Now, Cornerstone also has a mention on our face frame joinery, and then towards the end, we have a little blurb about our partnership with KCMA for quality testing, as well as their environmental stewardship program, which Canyon Creek helped to pioneer. So all of this is great information that you can share with any client who is looking for green cabinetry. Lastly, you'll get to the door styles and finishes, but when you click on either of these links, you'll see a filtered collection of just the Cornerstone options. Now, for the client who isn't sure what style they're after and they want to see more options, they can simply come to the top of the screen and click through our inspiration gallery to find a muse for their project. And what's even better, these images can be sorted to show pictures of a singular cabinet collection or filtered by style. Maybe your customer's neighbor just finished a Craftsman design and they want to see what the hubbub is about. We can also sort by room, by finish, or even by material. And when your customer has found an image they love, they can click into that to view additional information about the door style, finishes, wood species, or other material that was used, and they'll see the cabinet collection that which the design was built. Now, when available, any additional images will be connected here and available for them to view the alternate angles of that space. Now, once your customer has a few favorites saved, they can go ahead and share these favorites by clicking on that favorites link at the very top of the screen. Now, maybe you have assigned your client homework and they're sharing these inspirational items with you, or they want to send them to a significant other. Maybe they're sharing it with their contractor or interior designer, anyone with an interest in the project. So simply by clicking right here, they can either email their selections to their chosen person, or they can copy these selections to their clipboard so they can showcase these choices on their next Instagram post. Now, as your client is going through the decision-making process and they ask you why should they go with Canyon Creek, you can share with them some information that is located in our Why Canyon Creek section. And a great answer to that question is that Canyon Creek has been in the business for over 40 years. Now, with this history, when paired with our limited lifetime warranty with Millenia and Cornerstone products, there is a lot of power in that combination. You and your customer can rest easy when they purchase a Canyon Creek project, knowing that we've been here through the ups and downs the industry has faced, and we have the strength behind us to weather whatever the future brings. When we say we have a limited lifetime warranty, that proven 40 years gives the weight to our warranty that you might not find from a manufacturer that just opened up down the street. And the remaining link at the top of your screen will help anyone searching the website to find dealers near them. They'll simply enter their city and state, and after hitting that search button, they'll be shown a variety of dealers within a given distance from their location. From this screen, they can get to that dealer's website directly, or they can request additional information using this contact button. By providing some basic information, an auto-generated message will be sent to the individual designated by this particular company. Those leads are also viewable in CC Business, which you can jump to at the very top of your screen. And lastly, I want to show you some additional resources that are going to be located at the very bottom of your screen. Here you'll find links to Canyon Creek News, which will get you to our blog, and under the warranty and care link, this is going to be information to help your client after the purchase and installation. There's information on how to adjust the cabinet hinges, as well as how to best clean their specific material like high gloss. Now you can jump into design resources, and here you'll find access to inspiration literature and project planning guides, as well as you can get into your payment portal, which is more of a link for you rather than your client. There is just so much on our refreshed website. We looked at some really cool functionality for you and your client as they make their way through the selection process to help them understand that Canyon Creek has over 40 years of history standing behind our warranty, to get inspired with full room images and photographs detailing those finer points like organization, door styles, finishes, and to help your client gain an understanding on what to expect from a wood and finish combination. And best yet, to take all of that hard work and save their favorites and share those selections out with the world. Now, I know you are itching to go check this out on your own. So if you run into any questions, you can always catch me at training@canyoncreek.com or hit up marketing@canyoncreek.com. Thanks again, everyone. Go find your favorites.